the latest feed news. Julia Chapman reporting.
You're listening to
Northern Light Public Radio
on 102.7 KCHW.
Tooele.
KCHW Morning Show. This is Chuck Ritchie. I'm here with Sharon Ludwig, and online we have Lavonne Ellis. Good morning, everybody. How you doing? Woo. Yeah,
Good.
hey.
Good morning.
Yeah, gosh, it's what is it? Today's Wednesday, right?
I think so.
Yes. Sharon, you're a little tired this morning, aren't you?
I am. Did all those Finding Nemo shows, and it just, tired me out.
I'm sorry, I forgot to turn your mic on, Sharon. I got Finding Nemo shows. They're wearing me out.
Oh,
yeah, there's a lot of. So tell us about that. Are those still going on for? No, they're done. Okay, now.
Yep. Janet does it in one weekend, 6 shows.
Yeah, they had quite the schedule, didn't they?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So they were doing multiple shows a day.
Yep.
For multiple days.
Yep. 1 on Friday, 3 on Saturday, and 2 on Sunday.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a lot for. That's a grueling schedule. Luckily, they're kids and they can handle it.
Yeah.
Wow. So how'd it go? Were they
It was
good
packed,
shows?
and
I would
It
imagine.
was good shows. Yes, absolutely.
I heard great things about it. I saw lots of pictures. I wasn't able to make it to the show, obviously, but yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So speaking of plays, what do we have coming up Friday, Sharon?
We have the opening night for the Park Avenue Players and the KCHW radio show, A Christmas Carol.
Yeah, get a little closer to the mic there, Sharon.
Christmas
There we go.
Carol.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm excited about that. That's everything's been coming along. We've been fighting battles and sickness and figuring it out and moving forward. And
last night at our rehearsal, we had 3 or 4 people that were gone, but other people stepped in and did their parts, and it was amazing.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, yesterday was the day of meetings. Meetings from the time I woke up to the time I went to bed. It felt like yesterday. It was a super fun one. And good morning, Lavonne. How you doing?
Good morning. I'm doing good.
Oh, good.
Getting up so early.
Yeah. So for people not listening, Lavonne is our news director. She's going to be joining us on Wednesdays with Sharon.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So welcome, Lavonne. Welcome to the show. I don't have any sound effects, but I'll do my own round of applause there. There we go.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's go ahead and just start things off with the weather here. We're looking at today with a high of 37 degrees, a low of 29 degrees, with some sunshine and light clouds later on today. Ooh, we might get some sun today. That might be nice.
That would be nice.
Yeah.
Ooh, yes.
What's that? Then tomorrow. And tomorrow's cloudy skies, 39 for the high, 29 for the low, 13% chance of rain, but I'm predicting it's not going to. I hope not. Anyway, partly cloudy skies on Friday, 40 for your high, 28 for the low, 8% chance of rain. Cloudy skies on Saturday once again, 39 and 28 for your temperatures. About exactly the same on Sunday with partly cloudy skies, maybe some sun coming out later in the afternoon. Then Monday, the forecast starting Monday, rain and snow mixed for 2 days, and then snow, then rain and snow, then rain and snow, then more snow, then rain and snow, on and on and on and on till after Christmas.
Well, it's the season.
Yeah, wow. It's going to be, but temperatures during the day above freezing up in the high 30s, so we'll see what happens, but it might be, get your boots on,
Yeah.
Might be a little mucky out there.
Yeah.
Today,
That's the worst part is, boots and bundling up and,
The worst part is when you're running late getting out of the house and you got to get those boots on. And they take 5 minutes just to get your boots on. Yeah. So today on the school menu, we have, what is it, 13th today. For breakfast, the schools have a cheese omelet, a variety of cereal, fresh fruit juice, and your choice of milk with breakfast. Then for lunch, we have cheese pizza, a romaine salad, fresh veggies, corn, fresh fruit, and your choice of milk. I always marvel at these amazing sounding breakfasts they get. Like, we never got this stuff in school. Lucky kids. Lucky kids. Anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
We didn't.
Yeah.
We didn't have lunch or breakfast when I was coming up. We had to go home for lunch.
Mm-hmm. You had
But,
to go home for lunch?
Most moms weren't working then.
Yeah. They like in elementary school, you had to go home for lunch?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
And then
we weren't even
high
allowed to go
school,
home.
we had a cafeteria.
Yeah.
That was it.
Wow. We weren't even allowed to leave the campus for lunch in high school.
Yeah, it was different then. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Very different.
I would bribe my teachers with a latte and they'd let me go. So we're good there.
Oh, bribery. Yes. There you go.
You do a lot for a cup of coffee. Like I couldn't imagine the things I would do for a cup of coffee right now. Run a little late.
You got a late start, didn't you?
Yeah, I didn't have time to get my coffee this morning, so we're doing the show, unfueled. Yeah.
Well, let's see if it makes a difference.
Right.
So far, so good.
So, I'm gonna talk again about this show on Friday because I'm really excited about it. The show is gonna air live on the radio. Yeah, it's gonna be 7 p.m. right here in the KCHW theater on Friday at 7. We're gonna air it live on the air and have an in-studio audience right here in our theater. Then Saturday, that show is moving over to the Center for the Arts at 7 p.m. Then 2 p.m. on Sunday. And those tickets, I believe, are available at Acre Drug, Valley Drug, or online. There's a big long URL to where the actual tickets are, but it is the Center for the Arts website. You can find those tickets available. So it's going to be a great show. Oh, and we need to thank our sponsors for the show. We got lots of sponsors for the show. We got Denovia LLC, Valley Drug Company, Chewelah Motel and RV Park, the Chewelah Independent. And am I missing anybody? I don't know if I'm missing anybody. My brain is shut off. It's not working today. But anyway,
no coffee.
No coffee. I know. I'm telling you, we're unfueled today. But yeah, thank you so much for our sponsors and making this all happen. When I first started this job, the very first thing I did was said, I want to do a radio play. And here it's happening. So thank you so much to the Park Avenue Players and Catherine and everybody for making this happen. We were going to get Catherine on the radio this morning, but we didn't. It just the last week was chaos, and we just forgot. I think I forgot to touch back with her to get her on the show this morning. Maybe she'll show up at 8. Hopefully, Catherine, if you're listening out there, you can go ahead and come on in. So we're gonna go ahead and move on over to the interprep sheet. And we're gonna go to bits and breaks. There's a few jokes we got this morning for you. This first one is so this is, what do you remember most? And these are questions. What do you remember most about your childhood home? And I think let's go ahead and these aren't really jokes. Just I guess some nostalgic reminiscing about your childhood with the holiday season. What do you remember? What do you remember most about your home around the holidays? What's something that stuck out in your brain?
I remember my grandmother's Christmas tree. It was the old-fashioned kind. I mean, really old-fashioned. She was born in the 19th century, 1887, and she had ornaments from way back. It was amazing. And also, she was a perfectionist, so decorating the tree was a nightmare. But it was beautiful. I miss that tree.
Nice. Sharon, do you have anything you want to share with us?
Well, there were 4 of us kids in 6 years, so it was chaos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the one Christmas I remember that was my worst Christmas ever.
Mm-hmm.
I was 16, and my mom said, okay, you can pick out $30, and this was in 1964. So $30 was a lot out of the Sears catalog. So we sat and we picked out everything. And when Christmas came, we got exactly what we picked out, nothing more and nothing less. It was the worst Christmas ever because I knew what was in those packages because, you know, 6 weeks before I'd picked them out. And maybe I still didn't want that wallet or whatever it was, you know. That was funny.
You know, this is about the time of year when I was a child that we would bring the Christmas tree out of the plastic bag. We had a storage shed, and my parents every year they would leave the tree decorated, and cover it with a trash bag and put it in the shed.
Oh wow!
Oh, that's
and
funny.
then when it came Christmas time, we pull the tree out, you stick it in the living room, pull the plastic bag off, and plug her in, and occasionally we had to vacuum the dust off. That was
That's a big change from years ago. Now it's so common to have an artificial tree that you didn't even need to say that.
right.
You know, that's just almost normal now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still getting used to it myself, but yeah, they're very convenient.
For me, it's about not having the pine needles all over your house.
Yeah.
And
But you don't get the smell either.
no, and the giant matchstick in your living room.
Yeah,
Covered in electricity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always a good combo. No, see, we get a wreath. We try to get a wreath every year and hang the wreath up inside the house, and then you get your smell from the wreath
Yeah, it smells so good.
with less cleanup.
Okay.
Yep.
I have one more memory, can I say?
Yeah, go for it.
I discovered I was a kid. I was like 8 or 9 years old, and I discovered where my mother was hiding the packages, and I very carefully, like a couple of weeks before Christmas, unwrapped my packages to see what it was, and then carefully wrapped them back up again. I don't know why my mother had it figured out. I guess I didn't do as good a job as I thought, and then I had to practice, looking surprised.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't work out too well. The next year, she didn't bother hiding them. She just took them all to somebody else's house.
Mm.
So I couldn't do that again.
So this next one here, do you want to take this next one about the inaccurate names, Sharon?
Sure.
Yeah.
There's nothing accurate in any of these. Grape nuts, not made of grapes or nuts.
Nope.
Peacock mantis shrimp. Not a peacock, not a mantis, not a shrimp. What is it?
I never heard of that.
What is a peacock mantis shrimp? God,
I don't know.
I gotta look this up now.
I wouldn't want to eat it.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Bare naked ladies? They aren't naked, they aren't ladies.
There's a fun story behind the Bare Naked. The Bare Naked Ladies is a band, if you don't know, yeah. And the story behind the name is that they were a band. They're trying to do shows. They couldn't get anybody to come for their shows, and so they kept trying, and finally they're like, if there were naked women there, people would show up. And so they decided to put the name Bare Naked Ladies. They put their band name and put Bare Naked Ladies underneath it on the poster. And lo and behold, they had a full audience that night. So they tried it again, and it worked again. And so they ended up just changing their name to Bare Naked Ladies to get people to show up at their shows.
That's funny.
So that is
They're a good band, too.
Yeah, that's the Bare Naked Ladies principle, I like to call it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The next one is Miss Universe. All contestants are from Earth. I guess, yeah, because the universe is outside of Earth, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
How do we know? Who are we to judge?
Yeah.
Well, maybe it leaves openings for later when, we have friends from other planets coming to visit.
Yeah.
Who knows?
And the
They
last
better be
one,
good looking, apparently.
Right?
Yeah. The last one is red delicious apples. Only sometimes red, rarely delicious, but often an
Yeah.
apple. Now, that's because they pick them, and then you're eating ones that are a year old. We have a red delicious apple tree, and when you pick them fresh, they are so good.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I always found red
Well,
delicious
I'll come
apples.
to your house for
Yeah.
apples after this.
Right? I always found that red delicious apples, they have this texture, they have the bad grainy texture, like 90% of them have this
Yeah.
awful texture. And why waste your time with Red Delicious when we have with a Honey Crisp?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and there's the new Cosmic Crisp ones now that are like a cross between a Honey Crisp and something sweeter. Love
Pink
'em.
Ladies are my favorite. Have you had those?
Yeah,
Pink
yeah, those are
Lady
good.
apples, they are so good.
Those are good. So I looked it up. The peacock mantis shrimp is is or known as a harlequin mantis shrimp, or a clown mantis shrimp is it's a stomatopod. It's
What
not a
does
shrimp.
that mean?
It's basically like a bug.
Oh.
It's this funky looking bug. They have these big long arms, and I think I remember seeing this one now. A mantis shrimp can punch at about 50 miles per hour at
Oh, I've heard of
acceleration
that.
of 300 meters per second. And a normal sized mantis shrimp usually punches your skin and flesh. Sometimes it can actually punch your skin right off and go straight to the bone.
Oh, my goodness.
Because
What?
their punch is so hard and so fast, and that's how
Oh
they yeah.
Okay, I'm not going scuba diving.
Wow.
No.
So if you're ever walking in the ocean, wading in the ocean, you want to avoid these things because they will.
No.
They're territorial. They're aggressive.
Where? Where do they live?
Yeah.
In the water, Lavonne.
Yeah, but
But
what
where?
water? What water?
I don't know.
They're not all.
I don't know.
I just want to avoid it.
Yeah.
Wow, they're gorgeous though. They're all kind of like rainbow colors, and they've got these big, beautiful eyes. Wow. These are freaky. If you're out there, and I'd strongly suggest looking these up. They're kind of cool creatures. I'm gonna get in a rabbit hole here if I don't get away from there.
Okay.
So are you with us on Interprep, Lavonne?
No, you didn't give me the password, and you can't say it over the air, can you?
Oh, did I not? I sent it to you in Messenger, Lavonne.
In Messenger? Okay.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna go
Hold
ahead and move
on.
on. So while you're looking that up, we're gonna go on to the these are 3 types of parking lot drivers. Right now it's
I
Christmas
see it.
time and everybody's out doing their shopping. Parking lots are crazy. If there's one thing we've learned, it's that crowded parking lots bring out a certain personality in drivers. And these are a few of them. So there's the blinking staller. This is a motorist who sees a shopper get into a car, stops a few feet up the aisle, and flips on a blinker as if to claim the spot while waiting for the shopper to pull out. I call that stalking, but then it says the next one here is stalkers. Those are drivers who roll along with a shopper on foot, hoping to snag their spot. Ooh, that's truly shopping, following them out of the store all the way to their spot. It says some stalkers go as far as calling out their car windows to find out if they're leaving and where they're parked. Have you guys ever had anyone ask you where you're parked?
No.
I don't
No.
think I've ever gone that far or experienced anyone going that far. That's dedication right there.
Yeah.
And then there's the circling eagles. And of course, I think we've all done this. These are people who circle the parking lot looking for a place to swoop in.
Yep. And as soon as somebody goes out, that person is in.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think
Oh,
my
man.
level of circling is directly related to the weather. The colder it is, the more I'll circle for that closer spot.
Yeah. And I don't care about walking, but I want to be parked near a cart return.
Yeah.
So I don't have to walk to return the cart.
Well, that's why I like going shopping with kids, you know?
Yeah?
Like, hey, go return that cart. Come back.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm going to sit here with the heater on.
What's really scary is how angry people get with each other in parking lots. I really hate that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
You know, if you happen to pull in a little faster than somebody else, they think you stole their spot. You know, I got a nasty note on my windshield one time. I can't quote it. It wasn't radio friendly. Oops. Sorry.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. Someone actually put a note on your car for taking a parking spot.
Yeah.
Wow. That's a bit crazy. Huh.
What?
That's a bit crazy. That's
He
over
was
the
upset.
top. Yeah. Wow. That's my spot. Get out of my spot. Did he lick it to claim it? Because really, that's the only way to claim your spot is to lick it.
Well, he thought I saw him waiting to get in, and I didn't.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Well, you know what? You win some, you lose some. So get over it, buddy, and walk away.
Right. It's just parking. So it's close to the store. You can walk a few extra feet. I don't mind walking a little bit in a parking lot. It's no big deal.
Right? So,
Yeah,
so sorry.
We
sorry,
get crazy behind the wheel. Sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay. That's okay. So there's a little more information here about this. It says one researcher found that aggressive hovering doesn't make people leave faster. Aggressive hovering. That's a term. I guess that's where you just kind of hang out and stare, like give people the stare down, get angry as they're not leaving. Have you ever done that when you wait for someone to pull out and they don't pull out? They just like sit there in their car.
No,
you're
but
waiting and you're waiting.
that has happened to me at the post office.
I'm the one who
in
sits in my
Chihuahua
car.
before. Because you come up the road and this person in front of the post office has got their brake lights on, and you're thinking, okay, they're going to leave.
Yeah.
And they don't leave, so you go around the block and find someplace else to park.
Wow.
And then they leave.
Yeah. So, sociology professor, a sociology professor at Pennsylvania State University, once staked out a parking lot and found that drivers who linger in coveted spaces exhibit territorial behavior. He used a stopwatch in Atlanta to determine that drivers ordinarily take 26 seconds to back out of a space. But when another car was hovering nearby waiting for the spot, drivers took 31 seconds to exit. When merged to move faster with a honk, drivers took 43 seconds to leave. I would sit there. I'd just be like, no.
Don't ever honk.
Don't honk at me.
That's funny.
Yeah. I quit a construction job once because the foreman liked to whistle at you and snap his fingers. I was like, nope.
Ooh.
Nope.
No.
I'm not a dog. Don't whistle at me. So are you with us now on Interprep, Lavonne?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm in.
Did you see where I was reading? Do you see the physics of Santa next?
Yeah.
Take us away on that. I wanna know. This sounds interesting.
Me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Physics of Santa from the defunct Spy magazine. Poor Spy. No known species of reindeer can fly. But there are 300,000 species of living organisms yet to be classified. And while most of these are insects and germs, this does not completely rule out flying reindeer, which only Santa has ever seen. So there's still hope.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
They're out there somewhere.
Somewhere.
Yeah.
Flying reindeer.
Right. Yeah, keep going.
Oh, there are 2 billion children under 18 in the world, but since Santa doesn't appear to handle the Muslim, Hindu, Jewish, and Buddhist children, that reduces the workload to 15% of the total. That reduces Santa's stops to 90 million homes. One presumes there's at least one good child in each.
That's a bit presumptuous.
Yeah.
What?
That's a bit presumptuous. You know what happens when you assume.
Well, it depends on your definition of good.
Right. I guess not sociopaths. What? I don't know. Have you ever met children? Most of them are sociopaths. No.
Well, up to a certain age, yes, I think so. Santa has 31 hours of Christmas to work with. 31? Oh, thanks to the different time zones and the rotation of the Earth, assuming he travels east to west, which seems logical. And this works out to 822.6 visits per second.
Oh, my goodness. That's a quick.
How does he get so fat?
I don't know.
Right? All that work? Well, the reindeer do most of the work.
Yeah,
but he's got to go down the chimney.
Up and down
that's
the
true,
chimney.
that's true,
You know, that's exercise.
Doesn't he just do it with the wink of his nose?
Yeah.
How do you wink your nose?
Oh, is that how he does it? Oh.
Yeah.
Well, just watch Bewitched again. There are plenty of clips on YouTube.
That's true.
I never could do that. Yeah. The payload on the sleigh adds another interesting element, assuming that each child gets nothing more than a medium-sized Lego set, 2 pounds. The sleigh is carrying 321,300 tons, not counting Santa.
Wow.
So 321,000 tons traveling at 650 miles per second creates enormous air resistance, and this will heat the reindeer up in the same fashion as spacecrafts re-entering the Earth's atmosphere. In short, they will burst into flame almost instantaneously, exposing the reindeer behind them and create deafening sonic booms in their wake. The entire reindeer team will be vaporized within 4.26 thousandths of a second. Santa, meanwhile, will be subjected to centrifugal forces 17,500.06 times greater than gravity. A 250-pound Santa would be pinned to the back of his sleigh by 4,315,015 pounds of force.
Wow.
Those are things you never knew about Santa.
Right?
Yeah.
Yet somehow he survives.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say when I discovered. Oh, never mind.
We discovered what, Lavonne? Huh? We discovered what?
That
How
my
great
mom
Santa
had
Claus is?
suspiciously similar handwriting to Santa. We'll put it that way.
Well, that's cool. Mine did too, but yeah, we must all have moms with the same handwriting then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sharon, is it your turn? Whose turn is it?
I guess so.
Yeah.
The names of things you probably didn't know. The space between your eyebrows is called a glabella.
Glabella?
Yeah.
Maybe?
I didn't know that.
I did not know that. No.
The way it smells after it rains is called petrichor.
That's petrichor.
Petrichor. Yeah.
Oh,
I knew that.
That is one of the best things on the planet.
okay.
I love that smell. Yeah.
The plastic or metallic coating at the end of your shoelaces is called an aglet.
An aglet.
The prongs of a fork are called tines. I knew that one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We knew that.
The sheen of light that you see when you close your eyes and press your hands on them is called
Oh.
phosphines.
Phosphenes?
Phosphenes? That sounds technical.
Yeah. The day after tomorrow is called overmorrow. I've never heard that.
No.
Yeah.
There's a name for
Interesting.
that? Why don't we use that phrase?
Yeah.
That's easier to say than day after tomorrow.
Yeah. Your little toe or finger is called the minimus. Okay.
No, it's the pinky.
It's the pinky.
Yeah. Yeah. The wired cage that holds the cork on a bottle of champagne is called an agrafe.
Yeah.
The na 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 and la la la, which don't really have any meaning in the lyrics of any song, are called
Vocables?
Yeah.
Vocables. Hey, need you a little closer to the mic there, Sharon.
Okay, because I'm trying to read this and it's not working. Yeah. When you combine a question mark with an exclamation mark, it is referred to as an interrobang.
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 I did know that one.
Oh.
I use them all
I
the time.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
The space between your nostrils is called columella nazi. The armhole and
That just
clothes where the sleeves
makes me
are
wanna- yeah.
sewn is called an armscye.
Huh.
That's weird.
Finding it difficult to get out of bed in the morning is called dysania. Oh, I had that this morning. I kept pushing the alarm and the snooze, and then when it was through with the snoozes, I set my little timer for 10 minutes. Then I pressed it and I set it again on my phone. I just couldn't get myself out of bed. Illegal.
I used to have 3 alarm clocks set at different times, so across the rooms. So I had to get out of bed to get that noise off.
Yeah, but did you go right back to bed?
No.
Oh,
because I had to go to work. I went to work early.
Yeah, I had my wife woke me up this morning at 7 a.m. on the dot. I usually get here about 6:45 in the mornings before the show. It takes about 10-15 minutes to get everything set up and ready. And I had my phone plugged in to the base of the phone, not plugged into the wall. Dead phone.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, now you know you don't need all that time to get ready.
Yeah.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Illegible handwriting is called griffonage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And the
Yeah.
dot over an I or a J is called the tittle. That's why they say every jot and tittle.
I've never heard that phrase in my life.
Really?
Every jot and tittle.
Yeah, yeah.
I like that. Though.
I never heard of it.
Yeah, it's an old phrase for. Yeah, anyway.
Huh.
You'll have to look it up.
I will.
Okay. The sick feeling you get after eating or drinking too much is called crapulence.
I've heard the word, but I didn't know that was
Yeah.
what it meant.
The metal thing
Interesting.
used to measure your feet at the shoe store is a Brannock device. I think it's just a foot measurer.
A Brannock device.
Yeah.
Named after the great George B. Brannock.
Oh, yeah.
Of Washoe, Wisconsin. I don't know. I'm just making that up.
I didn't know they still had those things. They still measured feet in shoe stores. Usually there aren't even shoe salesmen anymore. Are there?
I don't think so. You know, maybe they don't have them anymore. But I can remember going in after shoe salesmen weren't really a thing, and they would just have them kind of laying around, and you use them yourself. But,
Yeah, yeah,
But I just can't imagine the feet that have been on those things.
yeah.
Maybe COVID wiped those
Oh.
out for good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
But you know,
Athlete's foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what athlete's foot and COVID have to do together, but
Oh, sorry.
no. But it seems like anytime.
I just don't want to catch athlete's foot. You
No.
remember going into public swimming pools? You had, I don't know, when I was a kid, the lifeguard would inspect your feet. You'd stand in line and have your feet inspected by the lifeguard before
What?
you were allowed to
I'd
go
never
swimming.
heard of that.
No?
I got news for you, Lavonne. I don't think the lifeguard was supposed to be doing that.
He had a foot fetish.
Right.
Maybe.
Wow. I'm just so happy I got to hear Sharon say foot fetish. I gotta say that right now. Everyone listening. That was it. That was the end of it. Yeah, let's go ahead and I'm gonna give you guys. Don't scroll down. No,
Okay.
you guys scroll back up. Don't look at the
Okay.
bottom. We have a little bit of trivia for you.
Okay.
Yeah, before we head into the break. So this one is 61% of adults give this at Christmas.
Money.
No. But that
Bath-
could be
bathrobes?
that could be related to this.
Cards.
Could be related.
Like
Yes.
gift
gift
cards.
cards?
Gift cards, yeah. You put the money in the gift card and then someone gives you the gift card and you put the gift card down and take the money out and walk away, right?
yeah.
No. No.
I'd rather have money.
Just give me the money that you paid for the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you don't want to get stuck shopping at only the store they choose. Somebody else chooses for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
That's
feel
no fun.
I feel bad. I've never been a card giver. I've never been one to send out cards, and sometimes I get them, and I feel bad because I don't like send one in return.
Oh, don't feel bad.
Yeah, I know. I don't. Well, I don't really, but sometimes I'm like, oh man. Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll call them. I'll send them a text and say thank you. I got your card. Yeah. According to scientists, if the sun went out, what would happen to the Earth? What would happen? This is what would happen. What? This is because we're in trivia, we're not reading stuff. See, I haven't had any coffee yet today. According to scientists, if the sun went out, what would happen to the Earth in less than 10 minutes?
It'd probably get cold.
Freeze. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a really dumb answer.
Everybody would die.
It's more immediate and more obvious.
Okay.
What would happen
Explode?
if the sun went out in less than 10 minutes?
It'd be dark.
It would be dark. Thank you, Sharon. that is the correct answer.
Really?
I was expecting something, I mean, I guess the things that would happen afterwards would be pretty traumatic, but I was expecting something more explosive than that. These body parts have 250,000 sweat glands. 250,000 sweat glands. Yes, ding, ding, ding. There you go. Nice.
Oh, I was just going to say
As a
skin.
mother of teenage boys, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's a fun one. What is unique about the word strengths? Strengths. I can't.
Strength.
Strengths. Trying to get the word, the sounds out on
Oh,
the air.
so many consonants together. NGTHS.
No, you're sort of along the same lines.
Oh, I don't know.
Strengths.
Well, most people don't think they have strengths.
It is the longest word in the English language with this characteristic.
One vowel.
There you go. One vowel.
Oh,
Yeah.
the opposite.
Strengths
Yeah.
with only one vowel.
Interesting.
Kind of like when I play Wordle, I always know there's got to be a vowel somewhere, and every once in a while it trips you up, and there's only one vowel. Yeah. What's that?
Do you play Wordle every day? I do.
I play Cedacordle.
That's right. You sent that to me. It was too complicated.
Yeah, Cedacordle is the same, only it has 16 puzzles.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you have, I think, 22 or 23 chances to solve 16 puzzles. And it might be 24 chances, but yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah.
No,
I'll
22.
have to try again.
22, because I always start with my initial 4 words to get started, and then I have 2 chances to mess up in 16 puzzles. But yeah, it's a fun one. There's Cedacordle, which you can do in any order, any puzzle. You can skip around all those 16 puzzles. There's Cedacorder, which you have to go from one to the next, and you don't get to see what letters are revealed until you solve the previous puzzle.
Oh, wow.
So you have to go in order. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. That's my nerdism for the day.
Oh, there will be more.
Oh, there's nerdisms every day. Every day, people. All right.
You're my favorite nerd.
Pardon me. So we're going to go ahead.
Bless you.
Oh, thank you. We're going to go ahead and take our break a little early today and maybe get things shaken out and wake up a little bit. And we will be back right after this. We're going to get some news and thank our sponsors. And we'll be back in about 8 minutes. Stay tuned.
Okay.
It's 8:04.
You're listening to Northern Lights Public Radio on 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah, Springdale, Wellpinit.
You're listening to 102.7 KCHW, Chewelah.
The Public News Service Daily Newscast, December the 13th, 2023. I'm Mike Clifford. The oldest consumer watchdog group in Indiana is calling on state leaders to pause a $1 billion economic development project that taps into a north-central Indiana aquifer and pipes millions of gallons of water a day to a new high-tech industrial park that is several miles away.
LEAP stands for Limitless Exploration and Advanced Pace. Indiana has committed about $1 billion to the project to divert millions of gallons of water a day from Tippecanoe County to Boone County for a high-tech industrial park. However, Citizens Action Coalition Executive Director Kerwin Olson says the project is poor public policy and is asking the state to hit the pause button.
There's a lot to discuss with LEAP, and we really feel like the state and the Indiana Economic Development Corporation, as we've said, put the cart before the horse here. And there's a lot of issues that need to be fully vetted with public participation from all interested stakeholders before proceeding any further.
The report accuses the IEDC of failing to be transparent with the public. So far, the state agency has refused to answer questions about what very well could be the largest economic development project in the state's history that could affect the quality of Indiana's water and air. I'm Joe Ullery reporting.
Now from Reuters, the UN on Tuesday demanded an immediate humanitarian ceasefire in the Israeli-Hamas war. That after more than three-quarters of the General Assembly backed the move, which had been vetoed by the U.S. That happened in the Security Council last week. The U.S. does not have a veto in the General Assembly. The U.S. voted against the resolution along with Israel and 8 other countries. The resolution adopted to a round of applause by 153 votes in favor and 23 abstained. North Carolina is pushing to expand health care to those who need it most.
Health officials say the expansion of Medicaid across the state could bring relief to nearly 600,000 people who have been caught in a healthcare coverage gap. This is where, despite working, they can't afford to get the medical care they need. Anita Bachman with United Healthcare says the expansion increases the income threshold to 138% of the federal poverty line, which means a family of 4 that makes about $40,000 would be eligible and can now apply.
And a few things I would just have on hand, just showing date of birth, as well as that the individual is a citizen of North Carolina. Social Security number, if you have it, would be most helpful. And then also just proof of income. So you could bring a pay stub or a W-2 form.
Bachman says the best way to apply is by using the state's online ePass portal. But if you don't have internet access, you can apply in person at your local Department of Social Services office or over the phone. Shantia Hudson reporting.
This is Public News Service. The apprenticeship Learn While You Earn model has emerged as a game changer for Tennessee employers who want to cultivate a skilled and dedicated workforce. Our Danielle Smith has the details.
There are more than 8,500 apprentice and over 380 registered apprenticeship programs in the state. April Thomas, who heads the Southeast Laborers Training Fund, says these programs equip people with the skills needed to become journey-level laborers. The program is a combination of almost 300 hours of classroom instruction, along with 4,000 work hours.
So they go through a program. They start off at 80%, and every time they reach 72 classroom hours and 1,000 work hours, they get a 5% raise. They go from 80 to 85 to 90, 95, and 100. So by the time they're done with the program, they're pretty much a well-rounded laborer.
Thomas says pay rates for construction trades vary depending on the project and the agreement in place.
And a district court judge has heard oral arguments in a lawsuit over a vetoed Montana funding bill. The measure would have changed the way the state's marijuana tax revenue gets distributed.
Senate Bill 442 passed the Montana legislature with overwhelming bipartisan support and would have earmarked 20% of the revenue to maintain and improve access to public roads on county lands. But Republican Governor Greg Gianforte vetoed the bill after the Senate had already adjourned. A coalition of environmental groups, including the Montana Association of Counties, sued the governor to give lawmakers the opportunity to consider overturning the veto. The association's Ross Butcher says because many of them are so remote, these heavily used access roads are often in need of repair and expensive to maintain.
It really develops a lot of tension between our public land users and residents in those areas.
I'm Mark Moran.
And finally, from our Edwin J. Vieira, anti-Semitic incidents have grown on college campuses in Connecticut and across the U.S.
In the latest Anti-Defamation League report, 73% of Jewish students across the country say they've experienced or witnessed anti-Semitism. The ADL says the spike is due mostly to increased tensions from the Israel-Hamas war. Since the conflict began, ADL has tracked more than 400 incidents of anti-Semitism on college campuses compared to the same time last year. Stacy Sobo with the ADL describes how this can impact the school.
The first goal of this university is to make sure students are safe and that they're providing a safe learning environment. The amount of conflict on college campuses is making it difficult for students to be able to concentrate on their work and their studies in a safe way.
This is Mike Clifford for Public News Service, member and listener supported. Here's on interesting radio stations, your favorite podcast platform. Find our trust indicators at publicnewsservice.org.
I need to turn my microphone on. Good morning. Welcome back to the KCHW Morning Show. Once again, we're joined with myself, Chuck Ritchie, Sharon Ludwig, and Lavonne Ellis. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Again, welcome back. So those of us that are joining the show for the first time, Lavonne Ellis is joining us for the first time on Wednesday Morning Show. She is our news director, our intrepid news director for the radio station, bringing us our newscast. We're happy to have you. You've been amazing here, Lavonne. So thank you so much for coming and helping.
But what does intrepid mean?
I don't know. I just hear that term used.
Yeah.
It means something that sounds really cool.
It does.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. Are you Googling it, Sharon? Are you looking up what intrepid means?
No, I looked up jot and tittle, and it's out of. It's in the Bible in Matthew.
What's your language, Sharon?
Well, a jot is related to our modern English word meaning a very small amount.
Okay.
And a tittle is, it says, often preceded by every smallest detail, unaccountable, the smallest details collectively. So
if the tittle is the dot above the I and the J, what is the jot?
I don't know.
What part of the English language is the jot?
Says.
I bet you the jot is like the crosses and the T.
Maybe.
Because it's you always say cross your T's and dot your I's, right? So every jot and tittle.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go with that. We're gonna go with that. You heard it here first.
Yeah. Go with that.
Even if it's not true, that's what I believe. Yeah.
Okay.
So before we get into some local events, we're gonna go through some celebrity birthdays and some daily facts today. So do you want to do who wants to do celebrity birthdays today?
Me.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Lavonne will do celebrity birthdays.
I can't pronounce
I jumped in
Sullivan.
first. Yeah, I just wanted to because I saw Dick Van Dyke. I love him. He's 98.
98.
Oh,
that
please
something?
let him make it. You know, like Betty White, we were just like, he's got to make it. He didn't quite make it.
I saw a thing, it was a few years ago, it was on I think it was his 90th birthday, it might have been, where this horde of people showed up at his house and started singing in front of his house.
Oh, my.
Ooh,
So Dick
nice.
Van Dyke, of course, gets out and at 90 years old and starts dancing and singing with him.
Yeah.
Oh, my.
Yeah, just
He's
true,
an amazing
like
guy.
straight out of a musical, true Dick Van Dyke style.
Yeah.
Great guy, yeah.
Yeah. Wendy Malick, I don't know who that is.
Me neither.
She's 73, though. So happy birthday, Wendy.
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi is 66. Love him. Reality TV star Nene Leakes is 56. Reality TV. Jamie Foxx is 56. Catherine Schwarzenegger, she's married to Chris Pratt. She's 34. And Taylor Swift is 34. I still think of her as a teenager.
Oh, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
And she just made the cover. She's like Times Person of the Year, and everybody's talking about it on Facebook. And probably everywhere.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It gets bad when people say stuff like that, and I nod my head and agree. Yeah, she does seem like a teenager.
Yeah. Well, I read that at one of her concerts, and at most of them, she goes to the very back and sings a song for those people that are in the very back so that they get a chance to see her, too.
Aw.
And isn't that nice?
Yeah.
That is nice.
And she also gives an amazing amount of money away. I just heard yesterday that at a recent, maybe it's at every concert, but anyway, at a recent concert, she gave so much money to a food bank in town that they wouldn't say how much she gave, but that it would feed 500 people for a year or something.
Wow.
I can't remember now, but it was,
Wow.
she's just so generous.
Nice.
Well,
Yeah, and that she also gave her crew members on the tour a total of $55 million in bonuses.
Yeah, I heard she gave her the people that drive the trucks that carry her equipment around. She gives them like $100,000 bonus after the end of the tour. Oh my
goodness.
Yeah.
So she wanted everybody to be able to buy a house, she said.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I want to get a job on her crew.
Right? Taylor, you hiring? Anybody?
What?
I was just asking Taylor Swift if she's hiring. Like, I'm not looking for a job, but So I've heard from about the same from Dolly Parton, that she would, from the amount of money that she earns, she would actually be the highest earning celebrity of all time, or female celebrity of all time. But she is only worth a few million because she gives away, if she doesn't need it, she gives it away. She only keeps what she needs to maintain her lifestyle.
Well, and for years she's done this reading program.
Yeah.
So,
right.
Like my granddaughter, I signed her up, and she got a free book every month for a while until they get to a certain age, and she does that all over the United States. And I don't know if it's all over the world, but I know you can sign up and.
Yeah. That's the Dolly Parton Imagination Library.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
I lived in.
It's just so reassuring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With all the mean things that are going on.
Oh yeah.
Just
and I've actually
something
lived.
good is happening.
Yeah. Right. At least we have Dolly in the world.
And Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah. When all hope was lost, just think we live in a world with Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
I used to live in Pigeon Forge. I used to live you could hear the
Oh,
train.
really?
Yeah, you could hear the train from Dollywood going around, and we could drive up. It was in an RV park that I worked at, and you could drive the golf cart up to the top of the hill up above the rental cabins and look down at people on the roller coasters and stuff down in Dollywood.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and smell the cotton candy and the popcorn and everything, and yeah, she does. That whole entire community pretty much owes its existence and its livelihood to Dolly Parton.
Oh, nice.
And she's created this whole industry there. I mean,
Yeah.
it's a tourist trap, but it's a fun tourist trap. Still has a little bit of heart left in it. Outside of the giant oversized replicas of the Titanic.
Wow, really?
Yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead. We got it happened today. In 1972, Eugene Cernan and Harrison Schmitt began the sixth and final extravehicular activity, or moonwalk of Apollo 17. They call that an EVA, extravehicular activity. I believe that's also known as walking. Yep. This was the last manned mission to the moon of the 20th century. 1972 was the last.
Isn't it? I mean, has there been any more in the 21st century?
I think
I don't remember any.
I don't know.
Didn't they do it again recently? It seems.
I don't know.
We should know that. I should know that.
We should send Elon Musk to the moon. Yeah.
Anyway. I don't know.
1983, the Denver Nuggets and Detroit Pistons played in the highest scoring NBA game in history with the Pistons. Wow. The Pistons won 186 to 184 in triple overtime.
Wow.
In addition to the most points in a game, this game also set the record for the most field goals made, 136, and most assists, 93. This started as like, oh, it's a basketball story. I don't, but then I saw that score, and wow, that is impressive.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2000. Yeah, the 2003 former Iraqi president Saddam Hussein was captured near his hometown of Tikrit. I almost skipped that one, but it wasn't too bad. Then in 2007, a farmer in Devon, England, unveiled a multi-bird roast. The 48 birds of 12 different species weighed 55 pounds and cost $1,300 and had enough meat to serve 125 people. Contains about 50,000 calories and took more than 8 hours to cook. The roast contained turkey, goose, chicken, pheasant, partridge, pigeon, squab, Aylesbury duck, Barbary duck, poussin, guinea fowl, and mallard and quail with herb and fruit stuffings.
How did they fit them all in there?
So this is.
I've heard of turducken.
Yeah, this is like a turducken nightmare.
Yeah.
48,
amazing.
48 birds.
And some of those birds I've never heard of.
Yeah. Yeah, what is this? Aylesbury duck, Barbary. I've heard of some of those. Poussin? Yeah.
What the heck is that?
We'll have to look that up. That's what we're having for Christmas dinner at our house this year, everybody. Come on over.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
I'll be there.
2018, German basketball forward Dick Nowitzki took the court for a record 21st NBA season with the Dallas Mavericks, surpassing Kobe Bryant's 20 seasons with the Lakers. Then 2022, scientists released the first of its kind audio of a dust devil. What?
Audio?
First of its kind of audio of a dust devil. I've heard plenty myself. A NASA rover by chance had its microphone on when a whirling tower of red dust passed by directly overhead. I'm thinking they left out that this is like on Mars.
They must have. Yeah,
with the red dust.
obviously.
Yeah.
I'm going with Mars. We're going to say that was Mars.
Yeah.
All right, Sharon, take us into special events for the day.
Ooh, Ice Cream Day. Cocoa
Ooh.
Day. Day of the Horse. Violin Day. Popcorn String Day. Cream Cheese Frosting Day. We got quite a few days.
That's great frosting.
Yeah.
I wonder if
Especially on carrot cake.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We really like to put the the marshmallow fluff you get in the jars. We like to put a scoop of that on top of your hot chocolate. I wonder if you could do the same with like frosting.
Ooh.
Put like a scoop of frosting in your hot chocolate. Or would it just get, if you get like the stuff that you buy in the containers, it probably just turn to grease and float on your chocolate.
Yeah.
Well, let's go back to that marshmallow fluff thing. I never thought of that. That's a great idea.
Oh yeah. Sometimes we'll get really fancy and we'll put the marshmallow fluff on top of the hot chocolate and then hit it with a torch.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good stuff there.
That is fancy.
All right, Lavonne, what's our number for the day?
73,000
73,000. What's that?
wind turbines in the country, in 44 states.
Wow.
Who cares?
That actually seems lower than I would have thought. I would have thought it would have been more than that.
Well, especially when you're traveling across the Midwest and, Nebraska and some of those places, and they're just...
where it's windy.
Yeah, they're just mile after mile of those wind turbines.
Oh, yeah.
Those
seen them.
Those are the fields where they grow them.
Glad
Yeah, yes.
But,
They
yeah,
plant
it kinda
baby
spoils the
turbines and then they
scenery.
grow up.
What was that, Lavonne?
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Just saying, I'm glad they're making energy, but it spoils the view,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. Oh well.
They don't really seem to bother me that much, but I guess in some areas they do, but
Yeah. Well, and have you ever been up close to one?
Mhm.
They're huge.
they're massive.
They
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
I've been in like where it takes like a double length trailer to haul a single
Oh yeah.
blade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
I've seen those. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think they
Crazy.
they consume a lot of resources, I think, to make them.
Yeah. I wonder how
Yeah.
long they last. I would think quite a while.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
For the amount of work that goes into them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. All right. So, Sharon, why don't you
Yes, ma'am.
let's
Sure.
it's time for local events. What do we have
Okay.
going on this week? It seems a little
Well,
slower this week.
tonight we have girls wrestling at East Valley.
Mm-hmm.
And we also have pickleball this morning at the old middle school at 9 to 11:30.
Oh yeah.
This afternoon from 2 to 4 at the Center for the Arts, there's a sit and knit class.
Mm-hmm.
And tonight at Fired Up Pizza, there's bingo at 6 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
So there's things going on today.
Yeah.
I don't have anything for Thursday. Do you?
I've got nothing on the calendar over here for Thursday.
Okay. On Friday, Cougar basketball at Reardon, Cougar wrestling at Newport, and Park Avenue Players, KCHW Christmas Carol at the radio station.
Yes.
Do you know if there's any tickets left for the radio station?
I don't know.
Okay.
I would be. I mean, as much as I would like as many people to come and see the show, it would be really exciting if we were sold out.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't even heard. Have you?
Yeah, no. And I
Oh,
haven't
no.
checked online either. That's easy to do, but I didn't do that.
Okay.
Okay, then Saturday, Cougar basketball, home against Davenport. Fired Up Pizza, the 509's Finest Karaoke, and Park Avenue Players, KCHW, Christmas Carol. And they're moving it over to the Center for the Arts. So there's plenty of tickets for that, too. And then Sunday, there's a Christmas craft fair up at the Rusty Putter.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Sunday also is Fired Up Pizza, Blues, and Brews Jam. Next Tuesday is Cougar basketball at Northwest Christian, Cougar wrestling, girls at Rogers, and then next Thursday, the 20th. No, that's Wednesday, the 20th. A holiday sing-along. And that's a free event, and it's at the Center for the Arts. I'm going to see if I can find my flyer here. Community Holiday Sing-Along, Wednesday, December 20th, 7 p.m. Free event, donations gratefully accepted, but you don't have to.
Mm-hmm.
At the Center for the Arts, cookies, coffee, and hot chocolate will be provided. And they moved the grand piano up onto the stage, and so
Wow.
and they've got a really nice program planned, and you get to come and just sing Christmas carols.
How many people does it take to move that piano up on the stage?
8 or 10.
Yeah.
You have to have solid people all the way around.
Yeah.
And men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just kind of wheel it close in a 1, 2, 3 go.
Yeah, and the wheels aren't on there. They're on a special little dolly, and so then they have to turn them around to make sure they match. And so somebody that was matching them said, "Okay, when we take these off and take it down from the stage, we need to mark which one goes to which leg, so we don't have to keep turning it around and having the guys hold it up."
Yeah.
So maybe they'll get.
Can you just duct tape the base to it and then just lift it up the way it is?
Maybe not.
I'd imagine duct tape on the grand piano is probably not the best idea.
Yeah, probably a little. Yeah. And then we have a couple other things. The Alumni Showcase is happening December 30th, and that's kids who've been through stage time and the high school programs, and they come home for the holidays, and Janet arranges them, and they just have a great program. Kids and sometimes there's like teachers, like in the past Gino sung Dr. and Mrs. Johnstone, or Dr. and Mr. Johnstone, because Doctor's the Mrs. Anyway, I don't know for sure who else gonna be. She'll be rounding that up. And then the day after that, December 31st, is the Trash Parade Ball.
That is right.
Yeah.
That is right. And that's a creative district event, and I was supposed to plug that a little bit. So that is going to be there's going to be a costume contest using recycled materials.
I know. It should be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had some people ask. You do not have to wear a costume made out of recycled materials. You can still go in your normal clothes, or even you can dress up in a ball gown or do whatever you want. Wear whatever you want.
It's an over 21 event.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from 7 to 10:30, so you can still go home and cheer in the new year with your family.
Yeah.
Of course, with ours, we always went by New York time.
Yeah.
You know, so, Happy New Year in New York, and then we could put the kids to bed.
Exactly. I think that's the plan there. But it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And tickets are on sale now.
Oh, are they?
Yeah. They went on sale last night. They are on ChewellaCreates.org or the ChewellacreativeDistrict.org website.
Good.
And I am not sure where I know there's paper tickets available, but I'm not 100% sure where they are. I should have known that.
Yeah.
But probably the main place to buy the tickets right now is online at the Chewella Creative District website.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it until we get into January.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's still lots going on in this month. And I know there's something else because I saw a flyer, and then when I went back to look at it, I couldn't find it, and I don't know what it was.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just busy last week, and I'm going, okay, I need to figure that out. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, these last 2 weeks have been a
little crazy.
A little crazy. There's been a lot. There's been a lot going on. It seems like COVID's back in the headlines, and I was down for a week myself, and it's been a time.
Yeah.
But heading into the holiday season, and everything's still crazy.
Yeah. I think probably COVID is going to be around forever. Just like the flu hit us in the early 1900s, and it was such a pandemic, and then it's been around ever since.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the COVID is going to be the same.
At least this round.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
I know some people are getting pretty sick, but I know for me personally and from some other people I've talked to, very, very mild.
Yeah.
Like not anything really bad at all. More just annoying that you get stuck in your room Well,
Yeah.
I don't know when you get stuck in your room binging a good Netflix show. It's not too terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Until you start thinking about all the stuff you have to get done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So does that take us through the? That pretty much takes us through the events.
Yep, it does.
So speaking of events that's not happening, and I'm gonna give everybody a heads up and let you guys know today, for the last 2 weeks of the year, we traditionally KCHW take the morning show off.
Oh.
Sort of a little Christmas break. So we'll be after this week, after this Wednesday, after today's show, we'll be
Okay.
off the air until after the new year.
Okay, but we're still having things on the air.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, we won't be off the air. We just won't be doing the morning show for
Okay,
the last
good.
2 weeks before the holiday season.
Okay.
Give everybody a chance to sleep in and
All right.
I think in the past DJs have been traveling and doing holiday stuff with the family and staying up too late and
Yeah.
the usual holiday stuff. So
Yeah.
enjoy your holidays without having to get up on Wednesday mornings.
All right.
So now I say that now that Lavonne's finally joined us for a show.
That's okay.
One,
I don't mind sleeping late.
one and done for the year, but we'll have Lavonne back after the first of the year. I don't have the next year's calendar.
It's the 3rd of...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that seems weird to say that, next year's calendar.
Yeah. Well, you've got a birthday calendar. I saw it.
Yes, we do right there. Speaking of, we never did our local birthdays earlier, so we're going ahead and do that now. This is from our local Chewila Valley Lions Club calendar. It is we have Patty Hernandez on here today. Just one name on our birthday calendar today. So happy birthday, Patty!
Yep, I really like her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I don't know who that is, but I bet if you like her, then she must be lovely.
Yeah.
All right. Moving on. Let's go ahead and get back to our Interprep sheet here. We're gonna do a little news attack.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is where the first part is true, and the second part is a really bad joke, and we don't have any sound effects either. So the Golden Globe nominations are out, and finally we're honoring those in Hollywood again, because we don't do that enough.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and Lavonne, take us to the next one.
Oh, a study found that if an astrology chart forecasts a horrible day for a person, that person is far more likely to give in and do something self-indulgent. Astrology finally explaining why I accidentally had cake for breakfast 3 days in a row.
Oh, that's good.
If you could take basically flour and water and make a dough and make pancakes and then cover that with a syrup, how is that any different than flour and sugar and stuff covered in frosting for breakfast?
It's not.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Why not cake for breakfast?
Yeah, we had friends who often had oatmeal cookies. He said it's got
Ooh,
oatmeal, it's got eggs,
that's healthy.
It's got raisins. It's good for you.
In our house, we just call that baked oatmeal.
Oh, yeah.
But it's ice cream day, so we could combine the two, like oatmeal cookies and ice cream for breakfast. I like that.
Oatmeal cookie ice cream sandwich for breakfast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
So I have this story about a friend of mine, and I won't say her name because she doesn't live here anymore, but people would still know her. But she decided to be on this diet, and her husband worked with my husband at the school, and she and I were good friends. And anyway, she had made this pie for him, and there was a piece out of it. And while he was gone to work, she ate a piece. And then she ate another piece. And then she ate another piece. And then what she did is she just finished the pie and made another pie and cut one piece out of it. So when he came home, because she didn't want to admit that she'd eaten all the pie.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Pie's good for you, though. It's good for the soul.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I read years ago that back in, not pioneer days, the early days on the Puritans and people like that. Okay, so they would eat in the winter apple pie for dinner.
Yeah.
Which I just thought was a great idea.
Yeah.
Because, food was harder to come by and apples were plentiful or something. I don't know.
Well,
I should have thought that over.
The dough, you can leave it sitting out without refrigeration, and
Yeah.
the apples are preserved with all the sugar. So,
Yeah.
that makes sense actually.
And I think that might have been where cheese and apple pie came, because I don't know about if you've heard of that, but my family used to eat cheddar cheese with apple pie.
I've heard of that. I don't think I've ever tried it. But
Yeah,
I've
heard of it too.
It's good.
I don't know if it sounds like something I
not
want
great.
to try. Yeah.
My mom loved it.
I prefer my dairy on top of my pie to be whipped.
Oh,
and
yeah.
fluffy. And yeah.
Or ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I'm hooked on ice cream today.
All right, Sharon.
Okay.
A study found that if an astrology chart. Oh, you already read that one.
Oh, no, keep going. It's another one.
It's got a different punchline.
Okay,
Yeah.
forecasts a horrible day for a person. That person is far more likely to give in and do something self-indulgent. My horoscope said I'd face challenges today. Didn't it realize that meant choosing between pizza and burgers? That's what a challenge, yeah.
That is. I'd go for the pizza. Yeah,
Me
every
too.
time. Every
Yeah,
time.
probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a big burger eater.
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about burgers. I don't know what I get it. I used to be, but I just don't really like them anymore. I don't know what happened.
Well, the ones on the backyard grill are pretty good, but
Yeah.
and restaurant, those fancy ones, they can be good.
Yeah. This next one here, Russian man who flew a plane from Denmark to Los Angeles without a passport or ticket says he didn't remember how he got through security in Europe. But I can't even get through the TSA with an extra ounce of shampoo. How did?
Yeah.
How did he get through without a passport or a ticket? How do you even do that?
I don't know. That's, yeah.
I did once. I think I've told this story before on the radio, but I shortly after 9/11, they'd put in the new protocols. Before then, you could escort your friends all the way to the terminal and see them off as they got on the plane. I didn't know that the airports weren't allowing people back there anymore, and I just was seeing some friends off at the airport and just walked through. And my friend got on the plane, and I gave him a hug and said, "All right, goodbye. I'll be here to pick you up when you get back." And turned to walk away, and security was like, "Whoa, what are you doing back here?" And I'm like, "I'm just seeing my friend." They escorted me out, and they asked me a bunch of questions, and how did I get back there? I'm like, I literally just walked back here. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So where are we next here? I think it's you, Lavonne.
Yeah, we're that same Russian guy who got through and he couldn't remember how. So the punchline on this one is this guy's like a living, breathing skip ads button, but for airport security. I always click that skip ads thing.
Right? Let's go past it.
A study finds that first-time dads gain an average of 4.4 pounds. It's the pockets full of Binkies, goldfish crackers, and caffeine pills.
Yep.
Yeah.
Caffeine pills. That's an interesting add-on to that.
Yeah.
I guess because I had twins when they were young. I got really hooked on Red Bulls and the energy drinks.
Oh,
Red
yeah.
Bulls and Monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get in that bad. And I got to the point where I was like having heart palpitations. It would feel like my heart was. I'd drink so much of that stuff just to keep going, and
not good for you.
No, I had to quit because it felt like my heart was gonna just jump right out of my chest.
Wow.
A couple times I thought I was having a heart attack.
Wow.
It was just from the energy drinks.
Yeah.
Too much. It's crazy. So study finds that weighted blankets. Pardon me. Study finds that weighted blankets could help with insomnia, and provide an excuse for not getting out of bed. Sorry, boss. The blanket's too heavy and I can't raise myself up. Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a weighted blanket that we keep around like the feet of our bed, and it is. I mean, you get trapped under that thing, and if you wake up in the middle of the night, there's times you can't move. And,
really?
And then, of course, trying to readjust with the weighted blanket, and then the weight of the dog on top of the weighted blanket. Yeah.
And you have big dogs. So is the big dog on the bed, or is it a little dog?
The big dogs do not go in the bedroom. They're not allowed.
Okay.
They don't go. They don't get on the bed. They don't go in the bedroom. So, well, they do occasionally, but
yeah.
But yeah. All right. Who's going to take us out of these?
Okay. Me.
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it's my turn. Okay. Report says green tea keeps away depression. I didn't know that. Which reminds me, I've added a new recipe to my show blog. It's called Green Tea Vodka Tonic. What's a show blog?
I don't know.
Well, our show blog, right? Because we
Do
all
we have
have
a blog?
We all have a show blog, right?
Oh yeah, you bet.
No. You can just join us on our Facebook page.
Yep.
And we'll call that good. Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna move now. We're gonna move on to wacky but true, and these are 100% true news stories without the joke. This first one here, Florida. What's that?
I read this story. It's really, I don't like it. Can you just skip it? I just feel it's unkind.
Okay.
It's about mental illness.
Oh, yeah. We'll do that. So 2 men in Colorado were convicted of felony theft for stealing over $2,000 for the merchandise from a Kohl's store in Parker. The men argued in court for a lesser charge because some of the items they stole were on sale, and they had coupons. Defense attorneys suggested that their clients should only face a misdemeanor charge because of the discounted prices. However, prosecutors argued that sales and discounts are only for paying customers.
Yes, that's right.
I mean, irrelevant.
I love that.
Wow. All right, go ahead, Sharon.
Okay. A boy climbs a power pole over video game spat. A 9-year-old boy who was rescued from atop a power pole in China said he made the 23-foot climb because he was angry that his parents didn't let him play video games. Wow.
It's a strange way to express your anger.
Yeah.
I remember once when I was a little kid, it's not really a funny story. I almost died.
Well, that's not very funny.
Right? No, my parents had bought this, it was like a little China hutch or a little cabinet, mail order cabinet, and the ones that you have to put together. And I really wanted to help, and my mom wouldn't let me help. So I decided to go out and throw a fit. And this was in this middle of the summer. It was over 100 degrees out. And there was one of these old-fashioned style, the metal coolers sitting out in the driveway out in the sun. So for some reason, I decided to lay down inside that cooler. And when I did, the lid accidentally went and shut. And those lids on those things, on that one, had a hatch on it that automatically snapped shut.
Oh, wow.
So I was outside in the driveway in the cooler in the 100-degree temperature, and I couldn't get out. And my friend heard me and rescued me. So, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Not a funny story, but a little kid throwing a fit,
getting
himself in a bad situation.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. So, I think you get the last one here, Lavonne.
Oh, okay. Car thief leaves wallet on bumper. Okay, a guy in Poland stole a car. Minutes into his ride, the car stopped running, so he pulled over to figure out what was wrong. At one point, he decided he needed to get under the car to check the fuel line, but because his wallet was pressing into his rear end, he laid it on the bumper. As he messed with the car, a police officer showed up and noticed the car on the side of the road had just been reported stolen. When the cop approached the car, he saw the thief's 2 feet sticking out from underneath and a wallet on the bumper. He quickly cuffed the man's ankles and called back to headquarters with the name of the thief.
Oh, my.
The wallet was right there.
Wow.
Ankles. Cuffed the ankles. I didn't know cuffs could get that big.
So
That's great.
He didn't even pull him out. He just cuffed him with it from his ankles.
Imagine being the guy under the car and suddenly your ankles are cuffed.
Right. Well, what if it was?
I think that goes under dumb criminal
right
category. Yes.
Yeah. Yep, definitely.
I'm just thinking, what if it actually was his car and the cop got the wrong car or something, and the guy's like underneath, checking his something under his car, and all of a sudden he's getting handcuffs around his ankles.
Well, it said it was just reported, so probably the license plate was probably reported too.
Probably, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
All right, we got about 15 minutes left in the show. Let's go ahead and check out some entertainment, see what's going on in the world. So there's some the new trailer for Dune 2 is out. This is an exciting one. I kind of enjoyed the first Dune movie. This one is on Tuesday. The new trailer was released for Dune 2, part of the I believe it's going to be a 3-part Dune series. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Dune.
Yeah.
And the first one was really good compared to the original movie, which was horrible years ago. So I was so relieved that they did a great job on the first segment.
Are you calling David Lynch's masterpiece horrible, Lavonne?
Was that David Lynch? Oh dear,
That one.
that's my son's favorite director. Well, I take it back.
It was definitely a weird one. I remember watching it as a little kid and just kind of like, what in the world is happening here? But it
just didn't. I mean, if you read the book first, it was a real disappointment.
Yeah, well, that's any movie you watch. It's always a disappointment. If
Almost
you read the book.
any, yeah. True.
Yeah, there's some worse than others. Some are okay, but some are. Oof.
Mm-hmm.
There's been a couple of my favorite book series get turned into movies, and you get excited, and you go to see the movie, and it's just like what if this even came from the book?
But there's always Lord of the Rings.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Well, it takes almost as long.
But that's just two nerds talking here,
right? It takes almost as long to watch the movies as it does to read the books.
No.
Yeah,
well,
no.
maybe. Yeah, you're right. Because they did a good job.
They're
really.
They're big books. They're big books.
Yeah.
So there's a new one out now with this is kind of exciting, not because I'm a big fan, but just because it's fun to talk about Kevin Bacon. And he's in a new movie with Julia Roberts and is it Mahershala Ali and Ethan Hawke and Kevin Bacon. It's basically they're bringing back all the stars of the 90s and putting them all in a movie. Yeah. And this is
well, they got to pay their mortgages too,
right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they don't work for Taylor Swift.
No. I mean, so you gotta work somehow.
Yeah.
Wow. So yeah, this is an apocalyptic drama. Apocalyptic. That's hard to say. Apocalyptic drama film. It's called Leave the World Behind. It's reached the #1 spot on the Netflix film ratings. Again, I already named the stars, and this is adapted from a 2020 novel by Ruman Ali that depicts a society that unravels as technological infrastructure collapses. But despite its success on Netflix, the film has received mixed reviews from critics and polarized responses from viewers.
I heard that the Obamas were producers or executive producers or something of this movie. That was interesting.
Huh. Interesting.
Or is it it is a film, not a series.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard the mixed reviews too.
Well, there's a bunch of stuff in here that we don't need to read. It's celebrity gossip. I don't want to do celebrity gossip on here.
Nah.
Yeah. So we got about 10 minutes left in the show. Let's go ahead and just recap a little public events and get us out of here and get us on our day. So once again, we have the Christmas play coming up on Friday. If you haven't heard about it, it's a Christmas Carol, one we're super excited about, super proud of. It's we've got an amazing cast.
It's a reader's theater, but gosh, they're putting a lot of character into it. Each one of them, even though the director says, now read your part, but we've got, people that are, their accents and they're just wonderful. Just wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And out of this, and this is something that I'm really excited about beyond this show, is we now have a radio station acting troupe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And how many people? Like 22, 23 people?
17, 19.
17, 19. Okay. Well, I'm including myself and Catherine.
Right.
And
well, and some of the people have two parts, so they could have had more people. And years ago, we did do a radio show here, a reader's theater. I don't remember when. I know Gino was in it, and they sat all up there in your studio. It was something that Scott did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I shouldn't even have mentioned it because I can't remember it.
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that. It was another Christmas play, and yeah. It's sort of the start of all this, and again, like I said, when I know Scott was doing that, and before he left, and he was really wanting to do that, and then COVID hit.
Yeah.
We had gotten these seats in this theater for that show.
Yeah.
And then COVID hit a few months later, and we weren't able to do any more, and now we're back at it, and we've got the Park Avenue Players behind us, and Catherine Patton again doing a phenomenal job directing.
Yep.
You know, when Catherine says to do it, you do it.
Oh yeah.
You know? Yeah. She's a good director. She doesn't take any guff from anybody, but man, she gets the job done.
Yep.
You know.
That's right.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I adore her. So yeah, so there's that on Friday again right here in the KCHW studio at 7 p.m. in our theater and live on the air. Then 7 p.m. at the Center for the Arts on Saturday, 2 p.m. at the Center for the Arts on Sunday. Yep. And then again, those tickets are available at Acres Drug, Valley Drug, or online at the Chula for the Arts or Chula Center for the Arts website.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited. So let's go ahead and say goodbye for the day. And did you have anything else?
No.
Okay.
No.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and let everybody get on with their day. We'd like to thank everyone for listening to KCHW and our morning show. So we are getting out of here. We will see you again Wednesday after the what was the date after the New Year? Sharon, do you still have it up?
Oh,
January
3rd.
I've got it right here. Yes, January 3rd. Our Wednesday morning show will be back. We will see you then, and have a good day.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, of course, we'll be back tomorrow because we'll be here for the rest of the week. We'll be back tomorrow with Three Amigo Thursday, and then Scott, myself, and Jet will be on Friday. But then that will take us out for the year. We're going to take a couple weeks off and get some sleep in the mornings. Not have to worry about my coffee.
Yeah.
So, all right, everybody, have a good day. We'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye.
It's 8:54.
Programming made